Guys, this week starts the earnings season. Not a big week, but still it starts the earnings season, and we have CPI reporting on Thursday. Everybody's obsessed with CPI. First off, earnings. First off, Mo, did you know WD-40 was its own company?
No.
I did not know that either. I thought it was owned by some other big conglomerate. So you learn something new every day. Pepsi, Delta, big one. I flew with Delta this weekend from Georgia.
Oh, yeah, Georgia.
I like Delta a lot. And then Friday, you got a lot of banks. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citi, BNY. So guys, not a big week, but this is going to tell me a lot about consumers with Delta, because you're only traveling if it's extra income and you kind of want to do it. So it's going to tell us, because if you remember, you look at the Lowe's, Home Depot, Target, they all reported big declines in same-store sales, and that kind of concerned me a little bit, going, wait a second. And then I saw Walmart, huge surge in same-store sales. Made me think to myself, is the consumer getting weaker? We've also seen an increase in credit card delinquencies and home mortgage delinquencies. But guys, this is not to be a fudster. This is just saying there are tons of points out there. Things feel good. Why? Well, good old Mr. Market was up a ton. S&P, 55.67. Guys, valuations don't matter. It's different this time. Nothing matters. AI is the future. Steve Cohen, guy who owns the Mets, is raising a $1 billion AI fund where he's going to go after AI. What was that, Mo?
That'll go well.
Listen, he's staying in the game. He's going to collect a lot of fees. AI is going to be part of our future, just like the internet was. But how many internet companies went under back in 2000? You've got to remember that. Not only that, go look at how many companies back then, Cisco, Intel, tons of other companies that still have yet to see those 2000 all-time highs. Because in the short run, stocks are a voting machine. Mo, what are they in the long run?
A weighing machine.
That is right. It means the fundamentals and what's behind the business is really going to drive the value in the long run. Mo, what happened with unemployment the other day?
It rose.
It did rise.
4.1%, the highest level since November of 2021.
Guys, I'm going to tell you what we all are right now. Spoiled. We've got the market at 112% overvalued. We've got unemployment rate at 4.1%, and people cry about this.
Yes.
We sit there. By the way, you know what the interesting part about the S&P is? The S&P has not done very well in the last 3 years. It's done about 5.5%, 6% with dividends.
Doesn't seem that way.
Doesn't seem that way because we had a big drop in 2022. We still have low unemployment. Unemployment got as low as 3.6, 3.7%, which is extremely low and inflationary. And this is why we're looking at CPI so intensely on Thursday. Mo, what are the betting markets now for rate cuts this year? Because remember, guys, just in December, and I'm going to repeat this till I'm blue in the face, just in December, they were expecting 6 or 7 rate cuts this year. Mo, how many rate cuts have we had this year? Zero. Now, what are they betting for September?
So September, we're looking at, as of right now, 72.5% chance that there's a rate cut of 25 basis points.
72.5%.
That's quite the shift from, was it last week or 2 weeks ago when it was about 8%?
I don't remember what the exact number was. It was one of our past videos, but that's a big increase. That's a big increase in that chance of a rate cut. Now remember, guys, why would we cut rates? Not because the economy is booming, because you need to spur the economy. This is what the issue is when I talk about the economy and talk about the markets. People think that lower rates are going to help this go higher and higher. And it could. It very well could. But why would you cut rates? I look at these valuations. Mo, this is, by the way, the highest, since I've been paying attention to this, since I've been doing this is the highest overvaluation we've had on the market. We got up to 107% at one point in 2022. 2021.
It's blown past it.
It's blown way past it. This one shows 101, but within this quarter, we hit 107.7, I think, percent was the highest I had. We have it in our community. Every week I announce it in our community. And if you go back into our history, you can see it in one of the chats on how far back it goes. It was 107% or something. So this 111% is huge. Now, you might sit there and say, Paul, the GDP doesn't matter. It's talking about because so much money is made overseas. Whatever. Here's the 10-year cyclically adjusted PE ratio. Doesn't care where the money's made. It's just the company, the S&P 500. Look at that. What's that? 111.86. Pretty much the exact same.
Wow.
We're at 36.25. Guys, the more you pay for something, the more you pay for a stream of cash flow, the less you're going to make in return, and vice versa. This is why dollar cost averaging in a low cost ETFs works so well. Because over long periods of time, earnings are going to go like this, prices are going to go like this. If you dollar cost average all along the way, you're going to match the market. You're going to match the market every single time. Now, does that mean you shouldn't buy individual stocks? No, of course not. But you got to be opportunistic about that. You got to wait for the right time when sentiment is negative on a stock that has a lot of staying power. Remember, the Mr. Market tells you every day what the price of the emotion of the market is. Your job is to decide as a smart and astute investor, what's the reality here? News follows the stock price. Right now, the news is great on stocks, right, Mo?
Oh, absolutely.
NVIDIA, the news is phenomenal. If NVIDIA fell 50% tomorrow, what would happen in the news?
The news would be awful.
Awful. Look at Tesla. It was at $4.15 per share. It fell all the way down to 100. Now it's back up at the recent surge to 250. The news has shifted again. Yep. Have you noticed? I'm on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter if you want to. It's at @EMPaulG, @EMPaulG. I'm very active there. I love going on there. I have over 4,000 tweets since I joined 2 years ago. That's a lot. But you look at this and think to yourself, okay, now the news is shifting on Tesla. Well, the news shifted against Tesla when he was buying Twitter, but it really wasn't because he was buying Twitter. It's because the stock had fallen so much and they just attach it to some story. Wait a second, it's because of this. Guys, at the end of the day, every investment's the present value of all future cash flow. And I want you to repeat these videos in your head and rewatch them over and over, because that's how you get this ingrained. You have to brainwash yourself. There's a reason why when I'm looking at a stock, I repeat to myself, every investment's the present value of all future cash flow. Because my goal is to determine what is that future cash flow. Do you think the U.S. will be better 10 years from now than it is today?
I think so.
Do you think it'll be better 20 years from now than it is today? If you don't believe that, why are you even in stocks? Why are you even watching this video? But of course you do. And you want to be in the market. Betting against America for the longest time has been a bad thing. Doesn't mean we have debt levels that are very, very bad. We have a burgeoning government that is not getting smaller. That is a problem. But the U.S. is still great for opportunity and for entrepreneurship. This is why people are risking their lives every single day to come to the U.S. Now, what's going on this week with Powell, Mo?
So Jerome Powell is going to do his semi-annual testimony. So he's going to talk to the Senate Banking Committee on Tuesday and the House Financial Services Committee on Wednesday. The brightest minds when it comes to financials.
You know,
I can't wait for the clips.
You know, if you guys remember a few years ago when we got to find this clip because we put it in here, when Mark Zuckerberg was testifying, and that one boomer in the Senate or in Congress said, well, if you're a free service, how do you make money? And Zuckerberg was really like, what? And they were like, well, how do you make money if you're serious? Like, we sell ads, sir. It was the best thing ever.
Zuckerberg couldn't even comprehend the statement.
There was another senator who was talking about, and granted, I don't like the guy, but what was the guy who was buying all those pharmaceuticals and he went to jail, the young kid,
Scarelli,
whatever his name was, yes. But the lady was like, well, if you buy a company, you have to raise the price in order to make money. I was just like, wait, what? I was like, no, you're buying a cash flowing business. You don't have to raise the price. Just keep the price the same. You're still buying a stream of cash flow. This is who we have in Congress. And these are the people who are talking to Jerome Powell. And I give Jerome Powell amazing credit. Because last year, they were bashing him. Do you realize if increasing rates is going to increase unemployment by 2%? That didn't happen. And that's going to cost millions of people to lose jobs, to which he said, yeah, but inflation affects 100 million families, and that's far more important than a few million who are going to lose their jobs. And he's not being insensitive about it. I just think his comment was a very astute comment. Like, listen, inflation affects pretty much everybody. Unemployment affects people too, but inflation affects everyone. And that's what's important to understand here. So, Mo, who's on these Senate committees who are going to be grilling our good friend Jerome Powell?
So we have the majority members: Sherrod Brown. I'm just picking
Ohio, baby.
Ohio. Robert Menendez, New Jersey. Elizabeth Warren.
Oh yes, Pocahontas.
John Fetterman, the goat. The goat.
Wait a second. Didn't he wear a hoodie underneath like a suit or something like that?
Literally the best.
He's incredible.
He is incredible. We have J.D. Vance, Ohio.
Oh, J.D. Vance.
John Kennedy from Louisiana.
That's right. The guy named John Kennedy, but he's not any relation to the Kennedy family.
Right. Tim Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's going to be great.
Tim Scott is, they asked him, do you think he's going to be the next VP candidate for Trump?
I don't know. I mean,
you think so?
Tim thinks so.
It's pretty incredible. And you see what's happening with that. And Biden's like, yeah, I'm not budging. I'm sticking with this thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's all there. He's ready to go. Why are you laughing?
It's just funny because, what did they say? Like, when they're sitting there saying, like, I saw a meme the other day that was brilliant, but it was true. It's like, when the left was telling Trump that he should step down because he lost the election or something like that. And Biden's basically lost the election and he won't step down. I don't think, by the way, Biden's lost the election. Do I think it's going to be hard for him? Absolutely.
So my favorite part of that debate was, did you watch the whole thing?
I actually did watch the whole thing, which I'm surprised. I've never watched the debate in my entire life because I think it's all BS. But my wife-to-be said, we got to watch this thing. And ironically, like 30 minutes in, she's like, I can't watch this anymore. And I'm like glued to the TV. I'm like, this is incredible.
So the golf part, you remember?
Oh, yeah, it was the best.
I didn't notice this until I watched the video really closely. He said, I'm a 6 handicap. Then he said, I'm an 8 handicap. Then Trump said, let's not act like children. And Biden just goes, 21. Like, wait, where'd that come from?
21 what?
He just said the word 21.
Yeah.
He's out there, man.
Listen, the Dems are scared, and they should be because this is handing Trump the election. What would a Trump presidency look like? A lame duck presidency for Trump. Already the guy is off the rocker.
You thought he was crazy as an incumbent.
This is going to be an incredible 4 years. I did say to people, so I'm libertarian, and I would never, ever, ever vote for a Democrat. Like literally, I would rather vote my dogs into office than a Democrat. With that said, it was hard for me to vote for Trump, not because I was opposed to it was just to the whole thing. I always vote libertarian. I think the last time I voted, I think I begrudgingly voted for McCain in 2008. But either way, I think the Democrats are the biggest bunch of whatever. And if you hate that, I'm sorry, too bad. But I'm actually thinking to myself, maybe I had to vote for Trump this time.
The Trumpster.
Just for look at Tim. Tim's hands are in the air. He's pumping.
The Trumpster.
For a couple of reasons. One, I just love the fact that the Dems are just going to cry about it. And I know we're not supposed to get political on this channel, but too bad. And two, it's just going to be fun 4 years to have Trump as a lame duck.
4 years unfiltered. He literally had a filter for the first 4 years.
He did not have a filter.
He had a filter. You just wait.
You think
a lame duck Trump?
But look at him now. Since the what has he said since the debate? Nothing. We've heard nothing from Trump.
I was listening to a radio show on the Friday after, and they said, I have never seen Donald Trump this restrained. Like, he didn't attack Biden one time on his mental acuity except for that one comment.
What are you talking about?
That one comment. He said, I don't know what he just said, and I don't think that he does either. But that was it.
Are you sure about that? That doesn't seem right.
He was so restrained. I've never seen anything like it.
He was a good boy? Wow. Okay, so we got off the rails here, but the bottom line is, guys, the next 4 years are going to be fun, no matter who's in office, because even if it's Biden, it's going to... You better believe Kamala Harris wants Biden as the candidate because she knows she will be in if Biden wins the election because she's not going to get in on this one. So, guys, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And make sure you watch this channel. We do 4 or 5 videos a week. Take care.